Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do an unboxing and show you how to set up the Mr. Coffee Prima Latte Luxe. Okay, so the first thing I did was take everything out of the box. Be careful, we've got some tanks. When you take it out of the box, they can fall out and break. Okay, so before you plug it in, we're going to take the water tank. Now on the bottom of the water tank, there is a plug. Make sure you remove this red plug. I like to fill the water tank up, and then I like to take it on and off about 20 times. You'll see some air pockets go in and out, so just lift it on and off. That's called priming the pump. Okay, so here we've got the milk frother. We got to press this button here to take this off of this, and we're going to get this all set up and ready to go. We got to put a button in here and the wand. Okay, let's start with the button here. You're going to put it in to line it up right there with the unlock. It should go in. There's an O-ring on there. Put it in, and now you can turn it. That's going to set the amount of froth. Now we've got the wand. There's an O-ring right here. You're going to put it in like this, and it should poke in right there so we can lift that up and down. You don't want it, you make sure it's in all the way. And then back here, this was installed, but this can come apart. You'll see there's an unlock and a lock. Turn it to the left, it unlocks, so we can install this and take this out. But this was installed already, but we do have to install these parts. There's also a bunch of stickers, so there was a big sticker right here. Make sure you take that off. It exposes where we can put the drip tray. And make sure this little red container is right there. And that goes right above it. Now it does come with an extra tube for your milk frother, but it did have a tube already installed, but there's kind of like an angled part that goes down into the milk, and this snaps in right like that. Now we're going to find where it's got a latch. There's a single latch right here. Again, I got to press this button in order to get it up. Now the first thing you're going to do is we got to prime this milk frother also. Fill this up with just water. We're going to prime this, and then we're going to use it. We'll put milk in here after that. Now all this does, there is no release here. You're simply going to slide it in, and you'll hear it kind of click. Kind of clicks into place. Okay, so next this is the filter, and this is the portafilter. You should be able to just grab it. We're going to take this out. So we're going to put this in, and then we're going to run some hot water through it. Okay, so the way you're going to do it, you're going to put it off to an angle, right about there. Rotate the handle till it's at a 90-degree position. Okay, I plugged it in, but there is a power switch here. So you're going to move it to the line position. That means it's on. The circle means it's off. I've got it turned on. Now what you're going to see is this status bar is going to be going across. I've also got a container here that's going to catch this water coming out. It's going to be really hot. Now we do have to wait for these bars to all light up. It's going to slowly walk itself across. While we're waiting for that, it does come with a single scoop or a single shot filter. This is a really nice scoop, which is going to be really neat. Putting the espresso in, and it kind of holds it in the cup. We got this little plastic tamper. That's what we're going to tamp down the espresso with. This is just an extra lid. Whenever we want to put the milk in the refrigerator, you can take this off and just put that on there. Now this will take about 5 minutes to walk across. Now you might hear just a little bit of steam once in a while being produced. Okay, so it did kind of it was a very small beep, and now all the lines are lit up. Now we want to prime the pumps. So we're going to do the espresso shot first. So press the manual espresso, followed by the play button. That's going to start. We should get some hot water coming out the espresso side. Now I also have to stop it with that button, but I want to let some water flow out pretty good. And again, if the water's not priming right away, go ahead and stop it. Lift that water tank on and off a couple more times. You should be getting water out here pretty quick. It is taking a while. Okay, we finally got some water coming out. So that took quite about 30 or 40 seconds. Give it plenty of time. That water's going to be really hot. Be careful. Okay, let's stop it. Again, I got to hit the X button to stop it. Make sure this dial is on froth, like right there. Now we're going to hit the manual froth button. It's right in the middle. Select it, then hit play. We're going to get a bunch of steam and water coming out that. I'm going to let it run for a little bit just to get everything nice and primed and heated up. Okay, when I'm done, press the stop button. Now I'm going to do this a couple more times. I'm going to press the single shot and hit play. It'll be an automatic single shot through this with no coffee in it, just to kind of get everything nice and running. And it will stop automatically on its own. All right. Now let's do the manual froth. Again, one more time, I'm going to hit froth and hit play. Everything should be nice and primed by now. All right, hit the stop. Now be careful, things are hot. This portafilter is going to be hot. It's going to have some water in it too, so dump the water out. And then again, this, you're simply going to pull straight out. Okay, let's fill our milk jug up now with milk. It's got a minimum and maximum line. I'm going to use 2% milk. Okay, I've got it filled up with milk. Simply just slide it down again. You might have to press this button, and it should just slide right in and kind of hold it, and it pops into place. Okay, so let's do some really quick measurements. Again, with the drip tray installed, I can put almost a 6.5 inch mug underneath there, but I can take this drip tray out. I'll get a little bit more, about 7. I will have to keep track of this little drip tray. This will fill up a little bit quicker than if I had this one installed. And again, I can also move this up and down. So the drip tray stays, just the metal part moves up and down. Kind of come in at an angle and then set it down. So the metal part is the only thing that goes up and down. The drip tray always stays there, but I can take it all the way out. Okay, so now let's talk some coffee. Let's make a quick espresso, a cappuccino, and a latte. You are going to need to grind the coffee because coffee that's in for a coffee maker is ground at a medium grind. I'm going to be using just a dead simple sip dark roast. Now you can use a standard like Mr. Coffee grinder. You'll just have to grind it for a longer time. But these other coffee grinders, they got settings, and we're going to go over here towards the fine. And again, this is an espresso machine, so you do have to grind the coffee, not super fine, but you do want it fine, kind of like that. Now here it is compared. This is drip maker coffee. This is a medium grind. This is a fine grind. And again, we got a double shot and a single shot. So I like, and it comes with a really nice scoop. Yeah, you're going to scoop it out. Again, that's the double shot scoop, single shot scoop. The theory is scoop it, put it in, well, this is in the portafilter first. Put it in here, that's going to hold it, and then you can turn it over upside down so it keeps it right like that. Let's try it. All right, let's get this, let's get the filter. All right. It says to put the scoop on the table, put the portafilter on top of it. There's kind of like a cutout for it. Rotate it, then lift the two up together. And you should have like a little mound there. Now this is where you're going to come in and tamp it. So just kind of come in. It doesn't say tamp it super hard, but we do want to kind of tamp it down a little bit, right like that. Now we can take this over, wipe the excess off. We don't want any kind of espresso around the ears. Okay, so it's not going above the filter. So now we're coming here, you gotta come out like an angle. Then you're gonna hold the machine, rotate the handle till it's 90 degrees out. Make sure you get a big enough cup. Make sure you direct the frothing wand where it's gonna froth the milk right in there. This is an automatic machine. It's gonna run the espresso shot, then froth it all automatic. So if I wanted to just do an espresso shot, I would press this button twice. You'll see the 1 lights up, then the 2 lights up. Or if I wanna do a latte, I can do a 1 or single shot or a double shot, or I can do a cappuccino, single or double, and then I just hit the play button. Make sure it's on, all the bars are already across. That means that the water's heated up, ready to go. So let's do a latte 2 and just hit the start button. Okay, so it's gonna froth the milk first, and then it's gonna run the espresso shot. And I can vary the amount of froth. This is for like a cappuccino where it gives you a lot of froth. I probably should have turned this down here a little bit to where it wasn't as much. Okay, it's done with the milk. Now it's going to run the espresso shot. Again, this is all automatic. All I did was press the start button. Now here comes the espresso shot. You're going to see we have 2 layers. We got a layer of hot milk, the foam, and the espresso shot. And again, it's going to stop automatically. Okay, so there's our drink. We're going to want to add some syrups, some French vanilla, some caramel. This makes a really good tasting drink. Okay, so let's see how the espresso shot did. Again, you got to hold the machine, rotate this. Yeah, did a pretty good job. Now you're supposed to be able to take this to a trash can, knock it against the trash can, and that's called a puck. It'll come out, but they also have knock boxes. There, the puck came out. So now I just take this over to the sink, rinse it out, and then dry this out really good. Now we can also clean this milk frothing one. We're gonna rotate this dial. There's a clean icon right here. There's like a detent for it. That's the unlock to take it out. We want the detent right there. Now we're gonna press the clean button and hit the play button. This is all automatic and it'll stop when it's done. It'll start running clear water. It'll get all the milk out and then it's gonna run clear water. Okay, so it's finishing up. Be careful, this is hot. We can dump that water out. Simply just pull this out. And that's what this lid is for. I put this whole thing in the refrigerator, but you can take this off, and I could take this apart and clean it each time, and then put this lid on, and put just this part in the refrigerator. So right now this is retailing for $450. I'm not sure what's going on. I paid $350 a week ago. This is brand new, just released, the Prima Latte Luxe. I'll be comparing it to the other models, but I'm gonna do a full review on it. This was just the unboxing and setup, because the unboxing and setup can be a little tricky. I originally wasn't gonna do an unboxing and setup because it seemed like it was pretty simple, but then there was these parts that weren't installed, and priming the pump can be tricky. So I wanted to show people how to set it up for the first time. Now my next video is gonna be a complete detailed review, and I'm gonna make several different drinks with it. Now I will put a link to it under the show description notes. If you click on see more underneath the video, you will see a link to this. Right now I think it's only being sold at Amazon. With it being the Luxe model, I imagine they might be coming out with a different model, but I'm not super sure yet. Also underneath the video, if you could give it a thumbs up, that really helps out my YouTube channel. Be on the lookout for my Just a Dad Dark Roast Simple Sip coffees coming. We're working on bag design. It's being finalized, and it's gonna be for sale really soon. Be sure and check out my Just a Dad Videos group page on Facebook, so when I'm done with these coffee makers, this is where I do my free giveaways. And I just released my first podcast, episode 1, Coffee with Dad. Check that out wherever you can find podcasts. Almost forgot the measurements. So 13.5 inches tall. You know, left to right, it's about 9 inches. Front to back, 11 inches. It's a very nice looking machine. Here's what the back looks like. The cord's not super long. There's what the shower head looks like for the espresso. There's what the bottom looks like. And it's 120 volts, 60 hertz, 1050 watts. So it comes with a pretty nice manual. It does take the easy serving espresso pods. I've just never done those yet. So I can tell they're innovating. They're making this taller. They've got about 3 or 4 models of this kind of like automatic espresso machine. I will be comparing it to the older ones, but I can tell they're innovating by making this taller for bigger drinks. That's going to be a really nice feature. It looks pretty much like the portafilter and the filter are kind of from previous models. Now they spend a whole page on this scoop, and I'm glad I read it because it actually works pretty good. I was pretty impressed with it. They've redesigned the milk frother a little bit. I think it works really good. I just got to play around with it some more. Maybe I would like a little more fine tuning. Yeah, they even call it the Less Mess Coffee Scoop. And they've got a new name, Velvety Microfoam, no matter the milk. It says it'll froth and foam any milk, even oat milk. Yeah, and on the other side, they're saying commuter approved, brewed directly into a travel mug. I think that's where they're really innovating this. So be sure and check out that next video where I do a detailed review on this. Looks like it's going to be a pretty nice espresso machine. Again, if you could, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. And she always knows right when I'm done making a video. Here you go, Miss Fiona. I think she gets too many treats.